Hello friends, my name is Sajid. This video is for those people who are planning to buy a new computer or plan to upgrade their existing system. I'm gonna share the experience which I had while building the system. Let's get started. I have prepared this Excel sheet for you guys. The currency which I have used here is INR, that is Indian rupees. So for the people who are not from India can use Google currency converter. So this is my current build, which cost me around 51,000 Indian rupees, that is like 710 US dollars. Also, this is for the people who are lower on budget and still want to upgrade or buy a new system. So you guys must be thinking, why AMD not Intel? This is because AMD is having the latest technology in the market right now. As a customer, our requirement is product with low price, more performance and less power consumption, right? So after a decade, AMD crossed Intel in terms of technology. If you want to know more about this, please Google for Ryzen 3000 versus Intel processors. Before getting into this, a short history of my previous build. Earlier I was using FX build, a great CPU good for gaming and video rendering, which I have used for around 4 years. However, there are a couple of reasons why I decided to sell it. The silicon is based on 32 nanometer fabrication, so the technology itself is old. The processor was power hungry and also started generating very higher temperature recently. Except for the PSU and hard disk, I sold my old CPU along with the graphics card for 11,000 rupees. That is around $155. So right now I am having hard disk and PSU from my old CPU. The hard disk storage is 1 TB. The power supply is of 500 watts, which I am planning to upgrade in future. When I started building my CPU, the first thing which came into my mind is the looks. Yeah, the PC cabinet itself. My requirement is the cabinet with RGB ring fan and should have all the buttons and ports in front panel itself. The Chiptronix is the best brand which suits my requirement at the time. Apparently not a popular brand, but make excellent quality budget PC components. This chassis was not available in my city, that is Mumbai, so I had to import it from another state, which cost me around 5,500 including shipping. So that is like $80. Coming to processor, no doubt it's Ryzen 3600. It's the lower 7 nanometer fabrication variant processor in the Ryzen 3000 series. So this baby still cost me around 16,000 rupees, that is $230. Now about the motherboard. I am having Gigabyte Gaming X motherboard. It's an X570 chipset motherboard. Cost me around 15,000 rupees, that is $220. Initially I planned to buy a B450 chipset motherboard. For a couple of reasons I changed my mind and planned to go with X570 chipset. The reasons are like it's having the latest chipset, so obviously it will be a future proof for me, and also having PCI 4.0. So if you don't care about PCI 4.0, B450 chipset motherboard will be an excellent choice. Coming to RAM, for our 3000 series Ryzen CPU, the RAM speed matters. By comparing the price to performance ratio, I found 3200 MHz RAM frequency would be a sweet spot. Since all the latest motherboard supports dual channel RAM, I decided to go with 2 sticks of G.SKILL 3200 MHz 8GB RAM, which cost me 7,500 in total. This is around $1,100. And guys, with all the above components, my budget is almost finished. At this point, I need a graphics card, and it is mandatory because Ryzen 3600 is not an APU processor like 3200G. So on temporary basis, I bought GTX 1050 Ti OC edition. Cost me around 7,000 rupees, that is around $100. So you guys must be thinking, how come I got a GTX 1050 Ti for 7000 rupees? Because I bought it on a stock clearance sale from our local shop. And rest of my components like keyboard, mouse, monitor are from my old system. So this is all about my current build. If you are low on budget and still want to upgrade or buy a new system, this configuration can be helpful. Here I have chosen 3200G CPU, which is an APU processor. That is, you don't need to spend additional bucks for graphics card. You can also go for 3400G CPU. It's having a slight better graphic processor. These are my personal selections: MSI motherboard and Hyperx Fury RAM. But you can still look around, do some research and select the brand of your choice. In case of monitor, the price depends upon the size or inches. So I am not including that one here in the list. Just one small tip. You can also use your current TV as a monitor if it's having an HDMI slot available. With all the above configuration, your PC build is complete. Still, I am planning to buy an M.2 SSD and a power supply because SSD improves overall performance, and the 500 watts power supply which I am using right now will bottleneck at some point in future. So I am planning to get a 750 watt power supply. If you guys need a detailed review of any of my components, please let me know in the comments below. Before winding up, just one small piece of advice. Don't compromise with the cheapest power supply available in the market. This will reduce the lifespan and even damage your computer components. For say, the current is just like the blood in your body. So if the blood itself is not pure, it will damage the entire system, right? It's just that simple. So at least go for a reputed brand's power supply. That's it guys. See you until next time. Bye.